have summoned you down tonight because it has been brought to my attention that perhaps you don't seem to know much about potions. This is not what a substitute potions teacher should be doing when they are teaching students in Hogwarts. Have you considered perhaps another profession? Well, the headmaster said if I would be so obliged to give you somewhat of a crash course in potions. So, I thought I would take it upon myself to give you an experience for you to learn about the basics of potions and show you particular brews which I have in my store. These potions range from basic to advanced, which you can learn being somehow a professor at this school by the advanced potions making book. So, if you can try to act like a professor and not fall asleep, for which you have become notorious for every time you visit Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. So, I beg your pardon. You believe the students have been playing pranks at you, giving you sleeping candy. I find that most hard to believe. You are a professor and you must act like a professor at this school. So, tell me what you know about potions. Not that much, then. So, it has now been bestowed upon me to ensure that you have a firm grasp of potions by the end of the night, and if you can resist falling asleep during this process, then at least you might have a chance of teaching students about potions and potions making. Right. Well, I have delved into my stores and I have fresh bottles and brews of potions which might be of interest to learn about. I will tell you about the potions, show you the potions, and then you can practice brewing the potions, all of which can be found in all potion making books which the students all possess. Accurate Draught of Living Death. Incendio. Do you know what this particular potion is? This is the Draught of Living Death. This can be brewed following the instructions and your intuitive senses from your advanced potion making book. This is a brew which sends the recipient of the potion merely a drop to a death-like slumber. This means that this particular potion is prohibited to be brewed without the consent of a professor in the class, which means you stay awake. I am going to show you this brew, and you may see the color of this brew in this potion. So at least you know about it. The Draught of Living Death has no antidote. Those of us in potion making know that to reverse the effects of it means that you need to brew a Wigan World potion that has been known to remedy this particular potion. So remember that potion, as I will be asking you at the end of our little class tonight. Adieu, Felix, Felicis. Perhaps you might have heard of this particular potion. Incendio. This is something that you probably need quite a lot of. A small drop of this, and you will find that all of your endeavors succeed. Perhaps even teaching in potions class as a substitute teacher. Liquid luck is very, very hard to brew. That is why it requires knowledge of the subtle art of potion making. This particular bottle I brewed many years ago, and it has not been used at all. You will notice that it has a gold-like tint to it, and liquid luck, but known properly as Felix Felicis, is a potion you need to know when taking potions class. Right, is a potion you should most definitely know, or at least learn about it for first year students. Polyjuice potion. Juice potion, another harder potion to brew. Do you know any sorts of ingredients which is used to brew a Polyjuice potion? How disappointing. Lace ring flies, perhaps. Broom slang skin. Not grass, perhaps. This is a particular potion you should most definitely know. How you became a professor is somewhat a mystery to me. You should learn about brewing this potion, which you may find in the basic potions making book. So familiarize yourself with this potion and make sure you remember it. What was it you said you were a professor of? A professor of Quidditch and broom flying expert. Apologies if this seems prudent, but why would a professor of that particular art be substitute teaching my potions making class when I am not available? You told Professor Dumbledore you could do it. Akira Amortentia. Incendiary. Do you know what this particular potion is? Looks somewhat friendly. Amortentia. More commonly known among witches and wizards as the love potion. It will require a skilled potion maker to make a particular potion. Do you know the causes of this potion? Is what a first-year student would say. Perhaps maybe someone older and more intelligent might say it causes infatuation and obsession for the recipient of this potion, though it does not last forever, but it can last for some time. This particular potion is a potion which I have seen made in Hogwarts, and though the effects somewhat amusing, could also be a powerful potion that should not be used without the consent of the professor in class. You will notice the potion has a pink color to it, so at the very least you know what to look out for this particular potion. So, 4 potions have been looked at so far, and I hope you are remembering them. It is late, but I do hope that you are not falling asleep again, Professor. Good. A cure Peruvian darkness. Surely you have heard of this potion. Why does that not surprise me for a professor of Quidditch? Peruvian darkness is a potion which is quite common in this school. You might find that perhaps this can be purchased in the form of sweets, joke shops, and simple brews, perhaps either at Hogsmeade or at Diagon Alley. A little drop of Peruvian darkness will engulf the immediate area in darkness. It is a powder-like form for the potion, and you can see the potion inside. This is a common potion which the very basic potion class at this school has taught for many years. Even first years know how to brew Peruvian darkness. So it would be recommended that instead of falling asleep right now, that you remember that potion. back here, Wolfsbane. Do you know much about this potion, if not anything at all? Why does that surprise me for the Quidditch brooming professor? This is Wolfsbane, a potion which is brewed as an antidote for someone who has been infected by a werewolf. More information on that may be found in that booklet there on page 394. A potion which is advised for someone who has been bitten by a werewolf and someone who is unable to walk in the night of a moonlit sky because of their werewolfism. This is a brew which is reasonably simple to make, and might I say essential for avoiding problems. Perhaps you might wish to pay attention and not fall asleep as if you are bitten by a werewolf. In the most unfortunate chances, then this particular blue brew is something you will want upon your person. A werewolf does not know friend from foe, and without this, chaos will ensue. So, this is taught here at this school. I suggest you remember it. I beg your pardon. Why is my beard not the same color as my hair? Why do I have what? Well, even though it has taken you this long to actually notice the beard, might I say that your indecency, your blunt rudeness is noted, though if you must know, it is a particular side effect from a gifted sweet one of the students gave me for being their favorite Potions Professor. Any more questions? Accio Phoenix Tail Feather Potion. continue. My goodness, out of all the things that you should know, you know that particular fact. In a phoenix tail feather is a rare ingredient. There is no such potion as a phoenix tail feather potion, which I am somewhat surprised that you actually know. However, I am a potions professor, which means I make potions. So, a very important and rare ingredient I thought I would show you is a phoenix tail feather. For those who wish to know more about ingredients for potions, this has yet to find a use, but its rarity should be noted and is a prized possession in my stores. So, congratulations on knowing one useful bit of potions making knowledge. Back your phoenix tail feather potion. Because you have been invited to my potions classroom this evening, you get to see my prize ingredient possessions, like the phoenix tail feather potion that I possess. I also have been fortunate enough to possess the feathers of a hippogriff. Something that you should probably know more about, considering you are a professor of flying. This is a rare feather to possess and can only be contained for your person if you are gifted by the feather from a hippogriff themselves, which I have many years ago. This would be a powerful ingredient for any potion, and you will notice that this particular potion, which preserves the phoenix tail feather, is one of the rarest ingredients you will find with the phoenix tail feather potion in any professor's inventory. So, I hope you have been paying attention, for I will show you the potions which you have seen tonight. I will place the potion down here. You will try to remember the potion. So, perhaps you would like to tell me about these particular brews. What do we have in here? Hippogriff feather. Indeed. Perhaps in here a draught of living death. And here a phoenix tail feather. Good. This particular potion here, Felix, Felicis, no, Amortentia. Good. This would be the love potion. And this one, Felix, Felicis. Good. Polyjuice potion, a draught of living death, and this particular brew here, Wolfsbane potion. Sir, you can be taught potions. I will inform the head master that you have learned some potions and that you will learn how to brew them within the next 2 weeks, and then you shall be okay to teach potions as a substitute professor. Good. I'd like to congratulate you for resisting the urge to fall asleep, and thank you for coming down to my potions classroom to learn about the subtle art of potion making. Good. Well, I suggest that you head back to your room and take one of those advanced potion making books there and basic potion making book there. So I shall return these potions back to my store, and might I recommend you find out a bit more about potion making. It is one of the finest classes taught at this school. Good. Well, I shall be seeing you again soon. Take care. of yourself. Cheerier. Good. My